Today, I'm going to be showing you a coin that has the potential to 500x, okay? Sounds good, right? So let's get into it. What's up guys, my name is Aaron and welcome to Geek Crypto. I hope all of you are doing well out there. So what is this 500x altcoin that I'm telling you about? The coin is called Geek, okay? So if you haven't heard of that, it's Geeq. That is the ticker symbol for it. And yeah, I'm going to review it for you so you don't have to. So let's get into the project. So here we are, here is Geek, Geeq, and what exactly is it? The technology backbone of a better economy for everybody. And here's some of the stuff they do. So they do technology, staking, micropayments. Geek is a multi-blockchain platform that is safe, inexpensive and flexible enough for any use. Really cool, right? So, and it has Geek Chain, Geek Pay and Geek Data. So there's different aspects around this. So what is their platform? It is built on an entirely new protocol, so a brand new protocol. Geek radically reduces the cost of securely transacting value and to scale highly customizable decentralized network solutions with the speed, scalability, security and cost effective to work for everybody. So here's some benefits around it. So accessible, open to all honest participants, low cost transactions, unique convenient payments equivalent to cashier checks, bearer bonds, and flexible. Our flexible scaling multi-chain architecture enables businesses to launch bespoke decentralized networks tailored to specific needs. Really cool. So this is pretty cool, right? So the Geek multiverse, your applications. Geek decentralized platform is able to support any blockchain powered application, so anyone, giving you all the space you could ever want. Unlike legacy blockchain technology, there is no main chain, bottleneck and no shared overhead. Every application is backed by its own blockchain, which frees enterprises. That is really good. Independent developers and organizations alike focus on what they could like for their own applications, discover how to reduce transaction costs, automate record keeping, and streamline business process with Geek. So yeah, they are focused on supply chain management. So streamline the management of your supply chain. You've got automate compliance with smart manufacturing. So you've got micropayments as well. So unleash the power of micropayments. So yeah, it's got low transaction fees, which will be really useful as well. Okay, so you can do remittance across the world, so you can exchange value with ease. And yeah, despite the emerging challenges of banks, sending money integrating remains, average fee is around about 5% in the most territories. By reducing this number of integration, Geek can build secure payments at a much lower transaction cost. Really cool. Okay, so who's involved in this project? So we've got Morpheus Labs, so I'm assuming Morpheus Network, yeah, Morpheus Network right there. So they're a big project as well, around supply chain as well. So yeah, you've got some big ones. So you've got Huawei, really cool, Huawei Cloud, so they're using that. IBM Cloud, so yeah, Plasma Pay, we've got Chainlink who's involved as well, Trust Swap, if you've heard of them. Okay, so that's our first pass, and obviously just looking at it, it is a supply chain network. So if you're interested in this type of thing, you could look at Morpheus Network, you could look at VeChain as competitors for this, but yeah, this is just scraping the surface. Let's delve a little bit deeper and show you a bit more. Here we go, we've got Geek Pay. Okay, so 3 reasons to choose Geek Pay. You've got peer-to-peer payments, micro transactions across the web, and maximum flexibility, so it's very flexible. So another thing with the payments, which is really good to see, is this breakdown. So if you're looking at Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, these are the different fees. And obviously Geek's fee is really, really low. So that would be another reason to actually use this, okay? So yeah, Geek Data. So why would you want to use Geek Data? So here's 3 reasons. So 3 reasons to choose Geek Data. A smarter, light alternative for enterprise data integrations. Easier to deploy. So Geek Data is an add-on layer. So there's no need to migrate underlying data systems, all right? So employees can continue using their existing software and then they can actually just use this as an addition, which is yeah, really good, right? So it is highly flexible framework that can be adjusted easily. So how can this happen? So faster ROI, and it says Geek data can be made available from any organization through an API. That is great to increase data visibility across users with existing enterprise software. And yeah, I can actually say that from my perspective and use of these type of things, this is what you need. You need an API to be just integrate on top of someone's system, because they're not going to change all their system. They're going to want to think about how can they get into crypto or the blockchain, use the blockchain to their capabilities. So this would be really good actually. So the roadmap is what we want to see, right? So we want to see the stuff they've done and the stuff that's in progress. So here you go, you've got NFT mints, which is about to happen, and they have done micropayments already. But yeah, application ledger, fungible token mints, they've got a whole bunch of stuff which is coming up, which obviously is the stuff which is the fundamentals, right? So hardware wallet will be coming out at some point, not started just yet, as in and then yeah, this is all the stuff that we've got to look forward to. So another thing around this as well is they actually own the IPs around this, right? So the intellectual property, here you go. So what are these? What do they own? So the patents. So you got a patent for blockchain methods, nodes, system, and products. So they have a patent around that. Really good to see. Also, they have apparatus and methods to define the Brower token, certified tokens, and yeah, applications using bearer tokens, certificate tokens. Cool, right? So they've actually got patents around this, so you know they're very serious about this. So yeah, and also if you go on About Us, you can see the team. So yeah, these two people here seem very vocal when I've done a bit of research about them. So after looking into them a little bit, we've got John, who seems like quite an interesting guy. Actually reminds me of Charles Hoskinson a little bit, because he's a professor, and he's obviously one of the main founders behind this. Yeah, we've got Stephanie, and she is quite big into crypto, it seems. So she is official member of Cointelegraph. And yeah, she's obviously one of the heads of Geek. So just one of my observations, I think in terms of this site, I'm a designer, right? I'm a UX designer by trade. I don't really like the way this site looks. I think the user case behind this is really, really great, but this is the current designer behind it. Yeah, and obviously I would just, this is my opinion, but I think the design just needs a bit of work, right? And yeah, maybe have a little talk with Nina about that, all right? So what do you think of that? It looks pretty cool, right? Don't you think it's got a lot of potential? But on that note of potential, let's actually see what it can benchmark against and how much money can you make out of this coin if you were to invest in it. Let's check it out. So as previously said, I believe that this is very similar to two competitors. We've got VeChain and Morpheus Network, okay? So first of all, we are going to do Morpheus Network as a comparison. So to do that, we have a market cap currently of Geek Chain of 3,500,000. So it's not a big coin right now, you know, it's quite low on down. And in terms of when it came out in September 20. So it had obviously a little bit of a run around these times. And then when the bull market came, it never got back to its all-time high. But yeah, it's had some pumps. Right now we're low in price, okay? So it has some potential to pump. But then also, yeah, if we was going to compare it to Morpheus Network, so it is currently at 62 million. So if we was to, you know, get from 3 million to 62, you can quickly do a little calculator on that. 3.5, and then let's say about 18x. So if you times that by 18, yeah, 6.3. Okay, so you could get 18x if you was to get to Morpheus Network's market cap right now. Morpheus Network is not a big coin right now as well. It's 392 on the ranking, so not high. But the big boy is VeChain. Okay, so if we were going to a ranked 40, so that is a 1,600,000,000 market cap. So if we was to do that, so if you get off 3.5 and then we times that by 500, that gives us 1.75. okay, so pretty close to that. Okay, so 1,650,000,000, so that's 1,750,000,000. So we're talking about towards the 500x mark if this was to get the market cap of VeChain at this current moment. We're not in the bull run, we're not talking about that scenario, but we're talking about right there. So what do you guys think? Do you think that this could actually do it? Do you think you can get 500x out of this coin? I mean, yeah, it is potentially possible. In my opinion, this is what I could see happening. And this is what I would do if I was them, right? They've got great tech, you can see it. They seem very serious about it. But the one thing in my opinion is the branding and all that stuff, it lets it down. It looks very out of the box. There's not much thought gone into it. It's not anything which is that exciting in terms of the visuals. And me being a product designer, I know what I could do with that, okay? But I won't do it unless you pay me, okay? I'll give you an example of this, right? So Walton Chain, I would say one of the biggest things that they did with flopped was they had a really nice branding. Everyone looked at it, I looked at it and I was like, that's memorable. Then for some reason they changed their branding and it was ugly, right? And even if now if you look at that, it's not the nicest branding. And yeah, and I would say they just fell off a radar after that, okay? And obviously in crypto, rebrand events can be pumps, right? They can be absolute pumps. If you was around back then, the Lisk had a rebrand event. Lisk went crazy. Okay, so rebrands can be good pumps. So if I was you, and when you're doing these launches to new products, as a little side project, do more design and basically make this look a lot nicer. Like, come up with a way nicer design. It's not against any of your current designers. Maybe it's the brief that you wanted, but yeah, you know, we're in crypto, man. We want to see like new tech. We don't want to see old stuff. This looks like an old site, but yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. But that's just my opinion. I want to hear your opinion. So write down below in the comments what you think of this coin, and I'd love to hear your opinion, and we can have a little debate. But if you like this video and others like it, then consider pressing the subscribe button, which is here or there somewhere. Actually, it's just below, so press that, okay? Yeah, if you really like this and you want to see other altcoin gems, then consider checking this one out right here. This one's absolute banger. But if you want a playlist of all these different ones, and got loads of those, then consider pressing this as well. But if I don't see you, I'll see you at the top. Bam.